Guys, welcome back to LA Equestrian, and today's video is a little bit different than what I would usually be doing, but since I'm in quarantine and I'm trying to do a lot of editing and videos that I haven't done before, so today's video is going to be what you need and everything you need for your first horse. So in the beginning, it's kind of stressful. A lot of people are kind of like, oh, so many questions like, okay, do I need this or this? And you're asking your riding instructor, and you still just need to be caught up on really what you do need for your first horse, all the products, equipment, and your budget and everything. So that's what I'll be talking about in this video. Also, this video is for your horse, what you'll be needing for your horse. If you want me to do something you'll be needing for yourself and the outfit and everything you just need rider wear, then comment in the comments below if you want me to do that, because I will try to do that for you guys. So with all that said, let's get on to the video. So horses do require a daily commitment, if you're boarding your horse or if you have your horse yourself. So if you have some acreage and you have your horse by yourself, or if you are boarding somewhere. So either they need to have a daily commitment, they need to be fed, they need to have access to clean water, they need to make sure that none of them is sick or if they're hurt or anything's going on. So they are a little bit of a needy animal, and they do need to be looked after a while. So if you have your horse like on your own property and you are going on a vacation or holiday, just like a dog or something, you need to have somebody watch over your animals and make sure that they're being fed or they're just being looked after while you're gone. So you can't just leave them and expect them to be okay, because horses, for some reason, they'll get hurt somehow. Even though they're such a big animal, they can get hurt pretty easily or sick because they do live outside and everything, either. So that's one thing to cover. Also, the next thing I'll be talking about is a budget for your horse. So your very first horse, they are very expensive. So I'm so lucky to have Arrow. I love him so much. And thankfully, my parents do cover all the expenses for them, which I'm really, really thankful for. But you do need to have a budget planned out for them. You need to see how much it will be a year and have a budget for that, or a month or whatever, and make sure that you have that covered. Because as bedding, if you keep your horse in a stall, or if you have a barn, you need to make sure you have the money for shavings and stuff like that. Also, feed is a big requirement in a horse's diet, and they do need to be covered in feed and supplements. Also, if you board your horse, that is a big budget thing too that you need to look out for. Lessons is also another one. You need to see how much your lessons will be a month and be like, okay, so it's that much, and put that in your budget too. Veterinary bills is another, and it's a very important one, because horses sometimes will just randomly get hurt. I mean, you come out in the field one day and they've colicked, or they have hurt themselves, they've scraped themselves, and you need to take them to the vet. So that's also another unexpected thing that can happen, so you watch out for that. Also, just miscellaneous. Your horse will, just anything. I can't think right now, but you walk out in the field and they knock down part of the fence, or anything. They broke their halter, they broke a piece of their tour. Just anything. So stuff like that will come up in your budget. So also, the seventh thing is you need tack. So tack is a very expensive thing. So such as your saddle and your bridle and grooming supplies, that adds up like a major part of your budget. And whether you do Western or English, you're gonna have tack. You're going to need some sort of equipment for your horse. So those are the 7 things I can think of right now that you will need to put in your horse's budget. So once you add all that up, you will get a little bit of a price. Okay, it's gonna be that much a year, say. If you board your horse, and lessons cost a lot too. So, you have to add that into your budget, and then you'll see, okay, that much. So I need to have that budget for my horse, so you can plan out, and it will make it so much easier. And now I'm going to show you some products, saddles, tack, all that. So some things that you're just gonna need and must-haves when you have a new horse. So let me show you that. So I know that I said this, that you need this in your budget, but your horse needs access to good quality forage, hay, alfalfa, whatever your horse is on, and your horse needs access to a grain. If your horse isn't fed grain, not all horses have the same diets, just like humans. So in the beginning, it is kind of hard to know exactly what your horse needs. Your horse, I would just put a few flakes of hay in there, and your horse does need quality to grass. And in the winter time, hay is a big thing because horses don't have grass. In some states, all the grass is dead, so your horse does need hay. And Arrow is fed grain twice a day. He has access to hay all day, and he has access to good, clean water. The hay, the grass is just coming in because it is spring. So ask your local riding instructor or ask a feed nutritionist if you don't know what to feed your horse. So make sure that is covered because you want your horse's nutrition to be very important in their diet. So that's another thing. Doggies. I'm filming. They sound like cows. Oh my gosh. I'm filming dogs. Doggies. Whatever. So I actually I don't have one here, and Arrow's not kept in a stall, but if your horse is kept in a stall, sometimes they'll get kind of bored. So a board and buster or a toy is great, like maybe like a lick it thing you can hang, or like something like just a treat or something that will keep them entertained, like a board and buster. I love the board and busters on State Line Tack and Horse Lovers. They have good ones. So that's just another thing if your horse is kept in a stall. And apologize for the dogs going crazy over there. Rawr, rawr, rawr to you too, cows. So I would say a must-have and one of the first things you should ever get is a halter and lead rope. That, I think, was my very, very first item I got for horses. I mean, like when I started taking lessons, that was my first thing I got, a halter and a lead rope. So your local riding barn or whatever might supply this, but once you have your own horse, you're gonna need a size that will fit him and stuff like that. You're gonna want one for your own horse. So literally, this is just a halter and lead rope. You can find them anywhere, State Line Tack, Amazon, Jeffers. This one's from Lemieux. I love them so much. So this is just a basic. You don't need to go with anything special, just something that will last you a while and that is good and will fit your horse. So if you guys don't know, a halter and lead rope is just what you lead your horse up with and catch your horse from the field or whatever. This is a must-have you will need because this will you be using every day when you're around horses. So also another must-have is a grooming tote and some grooming essentials such as a brush, a spray your horse might need, a curry, and another curry, stuff like that, because they're animals and they're always dirty, I feel like, or at least Arrow is, and you need something to store that in. So this one is a grooming box I recently got for Christmas. Before I had a Weaver grooming tote and it was really good, but I started to get so many brushes that I felt like I need a bigger box. So you can find them, I don't know where you can find a lot of grooming boxes, but grooming totes, I mean, they're everywhere. State Line Tack, Amazon, Jeffers, places like that. They carry just plain grooming set. You don't need anything special to start out with, just some brushes and a curry comb to get the mud off, stuff like that. It's a real essential need because, especially in the winter, they're so dirty, and this is something you really do need. So also another need is some shampoo and conditioner because, again, horses are always dirty, and this is just something you're always going to need in your tack room when you decide to give them a bath or whatever, and you can find this wherever. I just get mine at like Walmart and State Line Tack, stuff like that. So yes, it's another thing. Okay, so now this depends if you ride English or Western. So now I'm moving into my tack and stuff like that because if you ride Western, then you're going to need all Western tack, such as Western saddle and a Western saddle pad, Western bridle. But I ride English. I also do ride Western, but I don't have my Western tack with me right now. So what you're going to need if you are going to get a saddle and bridle is you're going to need a saddle pad, which this goes under your saddle, and saddle pads are like the funnest because you can get them in so many colors and bright colors or whatever. This one is just the Weatherbita Paradise Pink saddle pad. I have probably too many saddle pads now, but I love collecting them and doing the matchy sets. So Weatherbita is a great brand if you're looking for something that will last you forever. And if you want really good quality, I recommend Weatherbeeta and Lemieux. So now let me grab my bridle. So when you're first getting your tack, you don't need anything super fancy, but you do want something that will last you a while and that was good quality. So this one is the Henry Day Revel or HDR. This is their bridle and I really love it. I love this color. It goes great with my saddle and the quality of this is amazing. It's super durable and yes, it doesn't come with the bit, but this is the bit I choose to put on it. And so this is a little bit on the pricey end, but I want it to last me a while and I want it to be really good quality. So this is why I got a good brand like this, but you don't need anything super fancy. If you could just find something, Jeffers has bridles. I mean, anywhere has bridles. If you're looking for this one, it's a really, really good brand. I love HDR. So Henry Day Revel Bridle. This is what it looks like, and they come in different colors. So if you're getting a bridle, of course you're gonna need a bit unless you ride your horse bitless. So this is the bit I have for Arrow. There's so many opinions out there about bits. I have really realized that, but Arrow's really funny about his mouth. He has a pretty sensitive mouth and kind of hard to find a bit that he'll be good with, but he's pretty good with this one. This is just a French link egg butt snaffle bit. This is usually what you use for horses in training or your very first bit. So like, I would really recommend this kind of bit if you just get a horse and you don't know what they're gonna need. This is a very, very mild bit. So you're gonna need one of those. Okay, so this is like the main thing of your tack. Oh, a saddle. So this is my English saddle. I've had it for a couple years now and oh my gosh, I love it. So this is the A/O close contact jumping saddle from Henry Day Revel, and what I love so much about it is that it's dark. A lot of saddles are lighter and I like both, but I find that a darker saddle I feel like doesn't get as dirty as quick and it kind of looks, I don't know, a little bit more elegant because sometimes you can't see the scratches as much on them. But there are so many different opinions everywhere. I like any saddle. So this is super, super great quality. I mean, the leather on this is incredible. And one thing that I love about HDR, one of the things is that their seat is so soft and squishy. Like, it is the most comfortable thing I think you'll ever ride in. And also they have really durable just knee blocks on this and stuff, but there are like 1,000 saddles, like there are millions. So this is something you'll need. This is what this one looks like. It's really pretty. So you will need a saddle if you're gonna get all the tack equipment and everything. So I really do recommend this brand, but there are so many brands out there. So just, you know, English saddles, find one that fits you but fits your horse. Because if you are looking for a saddle that fits your horse, sometimes horses don't fit saddles. It's kind of funny, but their withers are too wide or too small or too high or too low with saddles. So you need to make sure your saddle does fit your horse. If you are wondering how to fit your saddle on your horse, go to Smart Pack's Saddle Fitting. It is a great video and you will learn a lot from it. So this is what this one looks like. If you guys are interested, go check out HDR. This one's great. So to tie it all in, you will need a girth to hold your saddle on and just an English fleece girth. I recommend fleece girths. A lot of people have just the like rubber girths, but I find that they rub blisters, and I have never tried one, but I've seen that they rub blisters on horses or they get a girth itch easier. I find that these are just a little softer and more comfortable for them. And I have one more item. So this is not necessary, but just a bag of treats to spoil your horse and give him some lovin'. These are just the Purina Knicker Maker horse treats. I also love so many other brands. I love German horse muffins are a good one. Just stuff like that. Also, I'm going to tell you a few items like a half pad. A half pad's not necessary, but it's good if your horse doesn't quite fit your saddle and you need a little boost up. That's what goes under your saddle, but above your half pad, or above your saddle pad. And also jumping boots are a need, I would say. You don't need jumping boots, but if you are going to be jumping a lot or doing cross country, something like that, do get some cross country or jumping boots for your horse just to protect their legs when jumping. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. There are probably a few more products I could have put in this video, but we have had a downpour like for a couple days, and every time I walk outside, I'm getting drenched. So anyway, hope you guys liked this video. I hope this helped you a lot on getting your first horse. So again, if you would like me to do something for riding apparel or for yourself, do leave a comment in the comments below. So thank you so much for watching this video. Please make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you can be notified when I post a new video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!